Okay, hello and welcome to another episode of Hiring and Inspiring. Today's guest is Ara Carrasco. Ara is a recent connection of mine on LinkedIn. We've been in contact a little bit, and she has recently moved to Australia from South America, from Chile, and she is living up in Queensland. She's on the market for a new role, so we're going to be chatting to her about how she's getting on making the move to this country and getting on, settling into life, and also reflecting a little bit on her previous career, what she's been doing. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit about that. She's got a background in sales and a bunch of other stuff, and we're going to talk about also future goals and all that kind of stuff. Now she's here, so Ara, with that introduction, welcome to the show. How are you getting on?
Hello, Joe. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here and excited about this episode.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining me. First question: how are you finding life in Australia so far? It's been how long has it been now?
It's
Five,
been
four?
now 4 months.
Yeah.
It's been a very welcoming experience. Lovely people, nice environment, and enjoying a lot all the places that I've been. Food, there's a lot of food, and also, of course, your coffee. It's amazing. And well, there's also a lot of professional opportunities and a lot to do. It's a great country so far.
Yeah. Oh, great to hear. And you moved? Did you move over with your partner? Is that right?
Yes,
Okay. So you didn't come by yourself.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
together here.
Yeah.
That's a big support.
Yeah. That's. I can imagine that's been good. And how are you sort of finding the? I guess the differences. What are you enjoying about life in Australia so far? What are you finding that suddenly a little bit of a shock to the system? What's different to South America? How can you sort of compare it?
Well, among all the things that I am enjoying the most here in Australia, I think the ones that are most different, I could say three of them.
Okay.
The one that maybe impacts more, it's the lifestyle here. Um, the balance between work and enjoying your life. I think Australia has a very good lifestyle balance. Like you enjoy your weekends or you work and work really hard, but then you close the office and then don't think about working and just enjoy. I think in other countries, it's really different. So that's a very good thing. The second thing that has uh, really impressed me is the safety in this country. Like I could leave my phone in a table on a restaurant. I can go 3 hours far from them and then come back and the phone will be there. That's incredible. And the third thing I would say it's the kindness of the people. People are very open to help and to talk and to meet new people. So yes, good things. Go and really appreciate that about this country.
Yeah, gotcha. And what about anything you're missing from home that's not quite the same?
Mm, I would say some food.
Yeah.
Um, but well, I'm from Spain originally, so I've lived almost
Ah,
seven
okay.
years in Chile,
Ah,
and
okay. Yeah.
I think the food it's been a thing that I've been missing for a long time, so it's nothing new.
Yeah. Yeah. And what brought about the move then? What made you sort of decide to pack up your you said you were 7 years in Chile, move
Mm.
from there to the land down under in Australia. What made you do that?
Yes, well, as I said, I moved first to Chile. I was always looking for better ways to grow um, personally and professionally. So first I went to Chile, I did my degree there, and I started working there. And I thought it was a good time for a change. So we did a research and looked for what we like, gathered the things that we wanted, and Australia was the best match for us because like in terms of professional development, stability and safety country, and also a very important thing, the weather. Like
Yeah.
Australia, it's the country.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it makes sense. I mean, I made a similar move. Was originally from the UK, and it was, same
Mm,
for the same reasons, really. And it was just one of those things. I was like, I've just got to try this, and then
yeah.
yeah, and I've been here. I've been here nearly 7 years now. So
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Good on you for making the move, and I'm pleased to hear it's going well so far. If we just go back in time, though, reflect on your previous sort of career and life back in Chile. Your role, you're working in the toy industry, I believe, with Mattel. Is that right?
Yes.
You worked with them for 3 years. How do you sort of look back on that tenure with those guys? What did you sort of what sort of comes to mind first when you sort of reflect on that period?
Well, from Mattel, the first things that I would say, it's first incredible time, and second a super good team. I learned a lot about them. I started with them in an internship while I was in the college, and then I they hired me just when I finished. And well, in 3 years, I had three different roles, and that gave me the opportunity to understand more than one process and understand how finally the business works. So I'm very grateful about these 3 years and all the sales um, experience that I had there.
Yeah. So those
Yes.
three roles, what were they? What were you doing with for those three
Yes. Well,
positions?
first, I started as sales analyst. In this role, it was more about data analysis, about Excel. Here, I was with the second most important um, customer in the country. And then that was my internship. Then I went into sales representative, and here is where I I did everything related to sales reports in national, regional, and client level accounts. My client was Walmart, and also in this role, I was managing the e-commerce channel for them. And while there, I learned a lot about sales strategy, fostering client relationships, presentations, management, and well, this I think this role is the one that gives me like the most earnings. And finally, my last position was as CPFR. This is when Mattel had a global restructuration. So I still had the responsibilities of the sales representative, but also I added this. It's a collaborative planning, forecasting, and replenishment. This means I was managing like the healthy inventory levels, doing purchase orders, and yes, a lot of analysis and understanding the seasonal, like demand planning, knowing when the curves goes up and down, and be prepared for that in terms of inventory.
Yeah. Okay. So was it always your plan to get into sales when you finished up your studies? Was that like I'm definitely going to go and get into sales career, or did it just kind of happen by accident?
Um, well, before college, I had non-professional sales experience, so
Hmm.
I studied business and administration because I liked this world.
Okay.
So I knew I wanted to be in sales.
Hmm.
I feel myself like an extroverted person, so sales give you the opportunity to talk with new people and well, negotiation and be in a dynamic environment. So I applied definitely to be in sales, and and yes, for so far it's been a good place to be.
Yeah. You actually just sort of answered my next question there, but I was going to ask you what sort of strengths you feel, or why do you feel you had success in a sales role? What is it about your character traits, your personality that has allowed you to do well in that role?
Yes, well, here I think I had different leaders in my journey, so I think I got a little bit of both of them,
Ah, okay.
or of each one. And I think like the most important to for success, it's not just like analyzing the data or just having a good relationship with the client, but to merge these two, um, and have this data analysis and management of the customer, and then also the what I talked before. Maybe I'm doing like a brainstorming here, but understanding all the processes, the business. So uh, yes, that I would say. So it,
And you mentioned your sort of extroverted personality. You like dealing with people, talking to people. How much has that allowed you to be successful? Do you think? Because that's sales is a people's game, right? You're dealing with people, so you need to be able
yeah.
to have that sort of get up and go and strike up a conversation and like even like we're doing today, just have the sort of the confidence to come on and just have a chat
Mm-hmm.
with different people. How much has that extroverted personality, do you think, allowed you to be successful?
Well, here's a good point. I think being an extrovert person and knowing how to arrive to people gives you the chance of them to being confident with you and to trust you. So I think that's the main thing about working with people, when they trust you and you work together, not just as sometimes we have this that they see you like an enemy, and you want them to see you like you're in the same team as them.
Yeah,
So
as in
uh,
like your customers, you mean?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because of course every company has its own goals, and sometimes the goals of a company doesn't matches with the goals of the other, but you have to work
Mm.
together to achieve both goals.
Yeah.
So yes, it's finding the points in common and understanding that we're people, and we are trying to team with each other. And I think this extrovert part of being able to talk and being able to understand, um, it's it helps in sales, of course. And also another thing that you mentioned a little bit, it's the thing of going and speaking and doing that call and writing a mail or doing it like right now. Don't go away and think about I have to call him, but if I do this and I do that, and then you never call him. No, just
Yeah.
don't think, do it, and that's it. Like most of the times, a problem is solved just by a call.
Yeah. Just take action on it straight
Yeah.
away. Something you just pick up when you said there about building trust with your customers, I think is so important. And I think what you said about often a salesperson and a customer, they sort of feel like they're butting heads, they're going against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where the best salespeople, they do it by, instead of going against each other, they're going on the same track together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're trying to come together. Like, I'm trying to help you, and you're coming together to find a common solution.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, it's done often by building trust. Something that isn't it is trust isn't given though straight away. What do you say? What do you think about if someone's looking to build trust with a customer? What can they do? What maybe tips or tricks, actionable stuff do you have that you've done maybe that have helped you build trust with customers in the past?
Um. Well, here comes the two areas I was mentioning before, because of course one part is that you need to know how to talk to them and need to know how to expose your ideas and understand what are their problems. But
Mm.
also you need to have a relevant data analysis to support that ideas. So when you have these two parts,
Yeah.
I think it's easier to make this trust with your customers.
So it's coming to them with facts, that coming to
Yeah.
them with data, not just you're not just some random person calling them up saying,
Yes.
"Hey, I'm Ara, whatever." It's I'm coming to you. I've got X, Y, and Z. I've done my research. I've done my homework on
Mm-hmm.
you, and then they'll actually maybe I'll have a bit more respect and trust you.
Yeah.
We've talked about your strengths, what you've been good at. If you reflect a little bit, any areas that you sort of still feel as a salesperson you're looking to develop. Maybe some areas that have been a weakness in the past. What do you feel that are sort of things you're looking to improve on as your career as a salesperson develops?
Yes. Well, I think there's always room to improvement in every area, but the thing that I'm most focused on right now is in the management skills. And what I prefer with this is seeing the big picture. Like, I think when I first started at Mattel, I started very focused in my process and not seeing like we're different areas and the areas work with each other. And if you understand that, you will understand better how everything works. So if I would start again, the first thing I would do is understand the big picture before focusing just in the process I am.
And that, looking to develop as a manager maybe in the future. You mentioned about a couple of previous mentors, so to say, in your
Mm-hmm.
previous role that have acted as managers that have helped you in your career. What was it about those particular mentors and figures that I guess helped you out? And what did they do that was sort of left such an important mark on your career?
Um, well, the most important thing is the trust that they had in me. When you have a leader that trusts in you and gives you responsibilities and lets you be,
Yeah.
um, and yes, and also they wanted me to grow, so they tried to just give me all the learnings that they had, give me all the visibility that they could, and and what are you listening me? Or
Sorry, I
yeah,
just lost you there. Sorry.
okay, no
Yeah.
worries.
There you go.
Um, so yes, I think the leadership that they had on me that
Yeah.
impacted more, it was the trust and them wanting to for me to grow and giving me
Mm.
these opportunities to to do failures and to learn about them. Like I remember once when I first started, I don't know, I sent a mail that it was wrong with I don't know something wrong, and then my manager called me like, Ara, this mail was wrong, but don't worry. I appreciate that you didn't ask, you just took the action and sent it.
Yeah.
So very good. Keep it like this, but let's just send another one.
Yeah.
So yes, giving you this, I think
Yeah.
it's a good.
That's so good. I think that sort of whole failure is feedback is so
Mm-hmm.
important because and it's something I try and encourage with my team. I'd rather you had a go, had a crack, and yeah, if you get it wrong, I don't care. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you had a go than not do anything at all, not make the call, not send the email,
Yeah.
sit back and not have a go because you're gonna either win or you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're going to either do
That's it.
well with that email or that call, great, or you didn't get it right, you messed it up, but you've
Mm-hmm.
learned from that. So it sounds like some uh, great leaders from your background there. You talk about
Yeah.
they encouraged some growth in you and wanted you to develop. If you sort of reflect now after those 3 years in that role to the younger person 3 years back, how do you think you have developed? What where are you sort of at skill set wise now compared to where you were those 3 years ago?
Um. I think what I most developed is the relationship with customers. At first, it was I struggled to understand yes how to make I was like very formal, or I have
Right.
to be more informal, or, like understanding the world of
Mm.
the business and how to be yourself, but also formal or more informal. Yes, and also, well, this that I already talked about, understanding the business in a big picture. And the third thing that is really important is understanding the priorities in a job and
Okay.
working towards them. Like understand that this is more important than this, and if this is not done today, it's not going to happen anything. And well, working towards
Working towards
priorities.
goals and priorities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Now, if we switch it up, we've reflected a little bit on the past, your previous experience. We talk about the future. You're now here in Australia. You're on the market. You're looking for a new role. You're looking to build a career here. What is? I know this is not an easy question to answer, but what do you sort of feel your future looks like here in terms of where you want your career to go, in sort of which direction, that sort of thing?
Yes. Well, here in Australia, I'm eager to explore in opportunities like in sales, marketing, or sales analysis.
Hmm.
Um, in a path to management roles. And well, I'm excited to learn about new industries. As we talked, I have only been in toys industry. So I'm especially curious about mining and technology industries. I think Australia have a lot of it, so it's a good place to start these opportunities. And well, I'm willing to bring my passion and my skills to contribute Aus- to the growth in the Australian market. And
Nice. You heard it there. She's on the lookout. So if you're listening, don't feel afraid to drop Ara a
yeah,
message. She's on the market. She's looking for a new role, and definitely bring plenty of assets to any business, I feel. If we talk about that's maybe professionally where you want to go, have you thought about any sort of you strike me as someone with a growth mindset. You're always looking to improve and develop. What about any areas outside of work that you have goals and things you're looking to develop in? Slightly away from the professional scene.
out of the professional, well, I have my list, a lot of goals.
Yeah, I
um,
figured you would. Yeah,
one of my things that I would like to do here in Australia, in fact, out of professional, is to start a volunteering path. Um, I'm looking forward to yes, see where I can contribute here for people that have less opportunities, and well, personally also have stability. As I said, I'm here with my partner, so just be happy and
yeah,
stable, and yes, about goals, as I said. Um, well, I have lots of personals, but I think it's not a moment to reveling
sure.
here.
Yeah, understood. Yeah,
Yeah.
understood. Keep some things close to your chest. That's
Yeah.
fine. One final one for you. You kind of maybe touched upon it there. I think the stability piece, but this is around maybe the idea of success, and this can be professionally, personally. But what does success mean to you in your world? If you can define it as such, what does success mean to Ara?
Um, yes, this is a tough one. As you said, success, I think it can be also professional and also personal. I think success it's like the idea of happiness. It's not a place. you have to end, but to enjoy the path. Success is about challenges, and we will always have challenges and in our life. So I think it's about embrace the change, embrace all the new challenges, and getting it in a optimistic way. And finally, that's what gives meaning to our lives. Have these challenges and have new things to dream of.
Otherwise, it's what's the point, sort of thing. I feel like if you don't have the
Yeah,
dreams, if you're not, then what are
yes.
you doing?
And yeah, and success is really different for each person, and also in each person in different points of your life. For example,
Yeah,
for a boy of 18 years old, maybe his success is to finish the school, and for someone 30, it's getting a job. And
yeah,
you always will have new and bigger challenges and new and big uh, ways to success.
yeah. That's why I ask it to every guest, because I just find it so interesting that it's different. It's just so different for every
Mm-hmm.
person. Ara Carrasco, thank you very much for joining me on the show today. Really enjoyed going through all of that, and you sharing your previous experience, and also talking about some of your dreams and goals. Now you're here in Australia. As I said previously, Ara's on the market for a new role. She said as well, and she's going to bring a lot to the table for a company soon. So if you're listening and you're on the market for someone like Ara, please feel free to make contact. Check her out. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it, and we will stay in touch. Ara Carrasco,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
thank you so much.